Oh, hey guys, James Vanderbeek here. Just want to congratulate the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast on their 600th episode.
Hey guys, this is Big Hoss Noah Hossman here. I'm here to congratulate Marked Out Pro Wrestling on 600 episodes. 600! Congratulations, guys. Well, except Bob. He can go fuck himself.
Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Who Won Wednesday, courtesy of the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. This is episode number 601. If you can believe that, you better, because check the tape. There's that many. Tonight, we're going to do our normal Who Won Wednesday. I've got 8 rounds planned. But before we break it down, I wanted to open a little discussion here. And in order to do that, I have to bring in my cohorts. Across the table from me with a hood on for some reason. What's up, Brody?
Something, dark side. Something.
Okay. Brian, do you know what he's doing?
No, well, yeah, he's doing. I know that's from one of your fucking Star Wars movies, but to me, he looks like Elliot from E.T. right now.
Brian,
got the hood on.
Just because of the red hood, that's what you're going with?
Exactly.
I can feel your anger.
And my other co-host is Brian. He's somewhere.
Yeah, hello. Hey, guys. I'm somewhere.
Real quick.
Hey, real quick, can you turn on your light that you're supposed to turn on before you start your show?
Oh, my God.
I know.
All right, Daniel Price is here. Christopher Steichleather, Evan Wright, Will Wagner, all joining us on the board. There might be some others. I don't know.
Of the thousands that are already
If you're not on the YouTube live stream or the Twitch stream or Facebook stream, you will not appreciate our opening video there. That was James Vanderbeek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James
from
Vanderbeek.
Dawson's Creek.
Yep.
Yeah, from Dawson's Creek.
Thank you for that, James.
Also, Big Hoss Noah Hossman.
Fucking Hoss.
He's a graduate from JAPW. That's JAPW or JPPW? That's Kane and Dr. Tom Pritchard School.
I agree with him though. Fuck Bob. Fuck that guy.
And you know who's on the board to also wish us a happy 600th?
Who's that?
Cashmere. Thank you, buddy.
Our most frequent donor ever.
All right, so let's address the elephant in the room with Brian, Mr. Deflection here. This comes to us from your boy, Uncle Eric here. He's talking about WWE and AEW having the same issue.
Oh.
He says, I will say this is not going to go over well, and I may be certain that I'm never going to get a phone call from AEW again or WWE because I'm going to criticize them both for the same thing. Neither one of them are growing the audience. Neither one of them are doing anything new that hasn't been done before. At least not doing anything big enough or new enough that they're going to grow their audience. AEW's hanging on to the same 700,000 to 800,000 viewers every once in a while. They'll get a little more than that. Every once in a while, they'll get a little less. They're hanging on to that same, let's call it 800,000 viewers average that they had last year at this time before COVID. So it's the same. WWE is barely hanging on to their audience, and their audience is deteriorating. Neither group's doing anything to revolutionize or grow the business. Now, Brian, we've talked a lot about the pros with AEW. I agree with a lot of what Eric says. The pros being, they get health care, they get a lot of creative decision and stuff like that. But his points are very valid about revolutionizing outside of the benefits to the talent. AEW really isn't rewriting any playbook.
No, and he's absolutely, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. But in the same sense, WWE isn't doing anything like to try to like make anything new either. In fact, I feel like WWE is more it seems like they're kind of coasting it. Like it seems like they're the ones that are phoning it in.
Well, their revenue stream is so big outside of the TV show that they probably are phoning it in. But AEW
they can too.
Only
like they're allowed to. Like they've been around forever. AEW is a brand new company, so they're still trying to find their footing.
But AEW is holding on to the same audience. That audience level has not grown.
No, he's not wrong.
Eric's
maybe there will be like some sort of NWO, or maybe there will be some sort of Bullet Club, but it hasn't happened yet.
Hear me out before I go to Rob, Brian. Hear me out. Before COVID, this was their ratings. They're the same. And there was a long time where there was no other sports going on. They could have, like Bischoff said, revolutionized something, tried something to garner that audience. Rob, I Medine the fuck out of that, but
you did.
I want to cut to you now and get your take here.
I think he's wrong. I think Bischoff is wrong.
Whoa.
I think he's wrong. Look, I mean, and I know they're not quite the same, but they are still the same. The NBA hasn't had to change anything. NFL hasn't had to change anything. They haven't had to revolutionize to increase their fucking audience. They haven't changed it.
But they're not scripted.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No,
well, it's still
go
entertainment.
to a scripted show. I mean, scripted shows are going to hold the same kind of audience pattern, pretty much the whole time. Maybe they'll increase a little bit from, word of mouth or whatever, but it's still going to always kind of gradually be the same throughout the series.
They all have their shelf life.
Well, and that's fine, but
he's saying
what I'm saying is basketball is tried. You told me it's going to be my turn now. Basketball is tried and true, right? You got the rules, you got the game. Football the same way. Baseball the same way. Wrestling, although scripted, is still wrestling. And wrestling has worked in what it does for decades, if not over a century now. The sport of professional wrestling, going back to Carney days and before, has always had the same formula.
Well, yes, but these other sports have gotten bigger, better, faster, stronger.
Okay. Again, they're kind of comparison here. You can't really compare the marketing power of sports is incredible.
I'm talking about for an excitement level.
I'm just saying I can agree with him that WWE is phoning it in and they're hanging on by a thread. I can agree that AEW hasn't done anything revolutionary, but what would be revolutionary? What would be he brought in the NWO. That wasn't revolutionary because it had been done. He was just taking somebody's idea and bringing it to
in the States.
Not in the States. Fine. Yeah. But, he changed the business a little bit. He killed kayfabe a little bit when he came in. Okay.
So what's the next thing?
Well, I Perfect 11 says sports also has an off season, so it's not rammed down our throat 52 weeks a year. That is a big thing.
Yeah, TV shows have fucking off seasons as well.
And he goes on to say, what do you guys think is the one big thing pro wrestling can do to bring their ratings back to a level resembling what it used to be? Can it be done without resorting to tits and ass? Here's my take, and I wanted to piggyback off this. I think because of the amount of options and the exposure to it, we talked about Monday how I've never watched WCW. Why? I grew up in New York in the 80s. And you watch WWE. There wasn't even an option for me to get WCW. Now I can live at the equator. I can live in the North Pole. I can live at the South Pole. And I could watch literally all of these federations. Ring of Honor, NJPW, Impact, WWE, NXT, AEW. You have, and all the bingo halls that stream and do whatever they're doing. I think that the audience has dwindled because the market has so many options out there, so you pick who you gravitate to in an entertainment sense.
Yeah,
it's nobody watches the Grey Cup; they watch the Super Bowl, Rob. So because that's the only football game in town, the big one, that's what you go to. But there's not like 7 offshoots. Even the XFL couldn't, make it work.
Right.
So But if there were 10, 12, 30,000 football leagues like there are soccer, that's why soccer's so hard to get a hold of. There's so many damn leagues.
Look, the way the NFL and the NBA and all that became so much larger than life than it is now is not because the sport changed, like I said. It's not just because of the awesome marketing machine that they have, like I said. What really stands out is they have learned how to build characters. I mean, you think about the NFL for the past 10 to 15 years. I mean, Brady and Manning, the rivalry, fucking all the big names that have Strahan, all the people that they've
done a good job of marketing it. You're right.
They've turned these people into celebrity heroes, everything you could think of. LeBron is larger than life, and he's just a basketball player. Mississippi, he's just a basketball player, but he's larger than life.
Yeah, he's not Jesus.
No, they created this monster that is these people on their, and so I hear you that it's thinned out, and sure, I'm not going to disagree 100% with that. But what I'm going to say is wrestling has fallen off because in the 90s, during Attitude and early 2000s, I could talk to random people that I didn't know, and we could have some knowledge of wrestling in common, right? There'd be some conversation, whether detailed or just general, some conversation that we could have with each other about wrestling. You try to do that now, and you're going to get shot down more times with, I don't watch that shit, man. What are you talking about?
Right.
What the WWE needs to do and what AEW needs to do is they need to find that larger-than-life personality and blow him up like they did with Stone Cold.
The next Dwayne.
Like they did with Dwayne, right? They blew them up to larger-than-life. And WWE's problem is they push the wrong people that don't have that it, and then they squash everybody else before they could even see if they maybe could have that it.
DP says character development means squat if you can't book them worth a damn. Yeah, too many people are like, I'm unbeatable, and then they go out and lose all the time.
Dana Price had a comment on here real quick, though, that kind of reinforces what I said about the tried and true method of wrestling. He was saying, paraphrasing, that they have gotten away from those formulas. And in large part, if the formulas kept the fans in, and then you got rid of the formulas, well, then the fans are going to leave. And you didn't build – and NWA, one more thing. NWA, or NBA and WWE or NFL, they build through generations. They build – your kids are fans. Their kids are fans. You watch as a fucking family. And WWE fails to do that because and wrestling in general, because they don't know how to market to the next generation and then to that generation as they're grown-ups, which then market right. It should be cyclical.
Okay, so every Perfect 11 says basketball is able to create that because any kid in the world can pick up a ball and shoot it at a hoop. It's relatable. Same with some other sports. You have opportunities and things like that. I think the biggest thing that you're missing, Rob, here is that
I'm not missing anything.
I don't know if you remember.
Yes, you are.
I'm sure Brian doesn't remember, but do you remember the Rock and Jock wrestling or Rock and Jock events they used to do?
Yeah. Dan Cortez, Daisy Fuentes.
Yes. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Every time they did another one of those, they added some fucking extra crazy thing. At one point, I think there was a 40-foot hoop that if you made a basket in there, it was like 10 points. And everybody just kept shooting at that, and nobody was even trying to get the regular basket. But my point being is wrestling over the years kept adding new things. We're going to do a ladder match. We're going to do a cell. We're going to do whatever. That they kept reinventing themselves along the way to cater to their market. And they evolved as such because they're an entertainment product. The basketball can't do what Rock and Jock did. That's why they failed. In all those other ways, they failed. They can't really change those sports.
Yeah.
But wrestling, the thing that people gravitated to was that it was new. What's the last really new thing that happened in wrestling? Like in an Elimination Chamber is probably marketed wrong, but like or like you said, that personality that comes out. They're missing that X factor that takes them into the next level.
They can go,
and it does start at the top. What the board is saying: if WWE fails, and they're the most exposed, then the sport as a whole. Imagine if the NBA failed. Then you wouldn't have as many people wanting to play basketball in college.
You don't need gimmicks. Gimmick matches and new gimmick matches don't That's not going to draw your viewership.
No, I'm not saying it did, but that's how they toppled.
But it's not. No, it's not. It's not. You're saying
they got
that's
to their peak, and now they're on their way back down.
I disagree. I think you could have a program, Brian, where it's nothing but straight wrestling matches, but if you book it right and you tell the story and you fucking and here's another thing. You engage with the audience. Wrestling holds their audience at arm's length, right? Oh yes, you're a big part of us. You're the fans. We love you. We love you. But NBA and WWE and NFL and all that, they embrace the fans. They bring them in. WWE's a lot of, and they talk when LeBron talks to us, he's talking to us. When Seth talks to us, Seth Rollins talks to us.
They play the same place. It's home games. There's season ticket holders. That's different.
I understand that. I know there's subtleties that are different. I'm just saying that wrestling holds its fans at arm's length. They don't really embrace the fans as a part of the product, right? That was one of my points. But I'm just saying, if you have the personalities, if you have the people who can make people want to watch, you don't even need a gimmick match at all.
No, I think all that stuff is fluff. Like what you were saying, all like Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, all that stuff, all the gimmicks, that doesn't matter. But I think what you were saying before about like formulas and stuff and all the like with wrestling, and I feel like a lot of stuff has already been done. Like there's only so many times you can have like the bad guy versus good guy and all these different ways you can do it. I think establishing characters is one big thing, but like also like remember the movie Cabin in the Woods, how like they had a hard time. Like one of the things was that like they had a hard time establishing like new.
Whoa! Spoiler alert.
Well, but you know what I mean. Come on, it's been out for fucking like 10 years or something. But they had a problem like establishing new things, so they always went back to like the old gimmicks that worked, all like the old characters and stuff. And I feel like wrestling does that a lot too. They need to have something that kind of changes something, like sparks. I don't know. They need to introduce like something, not just a gimmick, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
I don't remember who was on the board, but they cited porn as a problem there because you used to not be able to access porn, so horny teenage boys watched during the Attitude Era.
right.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Anyway, fun discussion. Let's segue on. We got 8 rounds to cover. I don't want to get too long into that, but that was fun. Round number 1. We're going to kick it off here, and round number 1 is for NXT, Candice and Ember. That's the curtain on one side. And Hangman and Mr. Jason Silver. John Silver. Can't even read my own fucking writing. I knew his name. I just can't read.
Okay.
Brian.
Sure.
Where do you want to start?
Go to the NXT side. Why not?
Okay, so this one, Rob, when we talk about consequences, has a lot of build here. It's Candice and Ember. We don't have either team named. We have captains, Candice and Shotzi. So, assumingly, we're going to have Indy Hartwell, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Ember, and we talked about the faces there.
Right.
Good match, War Games build. It ends up 4-on-1. Ember getting her ass kicked, and Tony comes out and makes the save. Hey, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Healer face.
No, bro. Come on. I feel like this was definitely a turn for Tony.
Was
like
it? What was it? Because I have to ask you. You're the authority.
Well, of course, I know that I am. Thank you for bringing this to my table. But yeah, I want to say that Tony Storm. This was definitely going the heel route. Rob's shaking his head at me right now.
No, I'm not shaking.
Watching on the YouTube.
Not at your point. Not at your point.
Yeah, your point's valid. Just the way you're getting there.
Well.
So this we find out.
Debatable.
It looks like, and we find out later on in the night, Indy Hartwell is not on the team, Rob. She's been replaced by Tony, but now we only still know Shotzi and presumably Ember on the other side.
I'm not upset. I mean, I'm upset that Hartwell's not going to be in it, but I'm not upset that she's not going to be in it. Good to look at, not necessarily want her for a War Games match.
Yeah, it was her push. It to be in the match.
I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm not saying she's bad in the ring. I'm just saying she's not War Games good yet. I'm just sorry. That's just what it is.
Oh, okay.
You got to be War Games good. You
got to be. Yeah, you can't be just good. You have to be War Games.
Can't be some geek off the street. You know,
right? In a red hoodie and a blue T-shirt.
Got to be handy with the steel. You know what I mean?
It's a good swerve. It's a good swerve because it, like you said, it was setting it up. Very predictable, although doing it well. I'm not saying it was bad because it was predictable, but you could see who the faces were. You could see the heels were kind of coalescing around and forming. And this definitely was a wow moment.
we never even considered it.
Right, never considered it. And look, this is how you build towards a major pay-per-view event. This is once again a textbook how you build. You had some drama. You throw a little twist, a little plot twist in it, like you did tonight. This is really good. I really like this. The opening segment, the match was fine. It was what it was. But as far as consequence goes and the way they're building war games, the way they're telling the story, man, NXT came out strong tonight.
Now, for the 8 rounds, I'm going to throw things all over the place here. But later on, not only is this team announced for the heels, but we also find out Rhea is out in the ring and they've killed Io in the back and drug her out and then go to task on Rhea. I thought we would find out the rest of the team. Maybe Ember would come out to save, but I guess because she got her butt kicked earlier, she's gone. And no Shotzi. Is that the team? Is Io and Rhea going to be with Ember and Shotzi?
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have anything planned for Io, and, I mean, they're running out of names.
Yeah,
I mean, they got to be booked in some manner.
The only answer for you is yeah. I mean,
okay.
it's extremely obvious. Well, no, let me pull that back. Rhea is extremely obvious.
But they attacked Io here tonight.
They did, and you would think that Io would come back like I want in on this. Fucking I owe them. But they also made the comment at the end that anybody who tries to join that team is going to be punished. So is Io, although she's a champion, is Io the first one to be punished? Are they going to go through people on the roster and punish them? Not necessarily meaning they're in the match, just meaning they're getting quote unquote punished. And eventually you're going to have the ones come out at the end that, no, you're not punishing me, motherfucker. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's very obvious what they're doing. But again, it was very obvious with Toni Storm last week. And it's very not anymore.
Yeah.
So.
And pushing the Io Rhea thing up to last week just confused me. Anyway, on the other side, we have your boy, John Silver. Hey, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Is Silver the new chairman? Brody's been absent. We read dirt sheets that he didn't like his character. Seems like Silver's in charge.
No, I wouldn't say Silver's in charge. I mean, even after you saw after the match, we had Evil Uno kind of doing the bidding for.
Yeah, but Evil Uno's always been kind of the lieutenant. He's always been kind of beta to Brody's alpha.
Yeah, I still feel like he's like the mouthpiece if Brody isn't there, but I do feel like John Silver is one of the ones. I mean, he's definitely outside of Brody. He's definitely like the star of.
But him
Dark
leading
Order.
a faction is like Ali leading the Retribution. I'm just, I'm glad he's the mouthpiece and cool like that, but it just felt weird. All that talent that just comes out to stand watch. Evil Uno makes perfect sense. He cut the promo at the end. But this was just a good showing for Silver. Hangman won. I suggested to Rob that maybe they were about to kick Silver out instead of offer Paige a spot. Because Silver's been so hot.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any kind of cracks in the foundation when it comes to Silver and the rest of the Dark Order. So I think.
But if Brody returns, he's going to be like, "Hey, man, you've been running my shit."
Well, exactly. Plus, I know you guys don't really watch BT all that much, but Brody always takes digs at Silver. Like that's one of the biggest things that happens, like in BT
Silver
when it comes to
loses
the Dark
a lot.
Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Brody just talking shit on Silver. Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Hey,
Ryan.
Evil Uno. Did he lose some LBs?
We've
He
talked
definitely
about
did.
this. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He talked a
he's
lot.
looking slim, right?
And the way he was talking that, I thought it was Cody in a mask for a little bit. All right, time to vote. Round number 1. Who's it going to go to? NXT or AEW? Rob, I'll give you the honors.
Oh, NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian.
I agree. NXT.
Yeah. All right, NXT's winning 1-0. Round number 2. We got a little bit of a promo and vignette battle here. El Phantasma on the NXT side bragging about how they're the first people to make the Cruiserweight title worthy enough to make it to a takeover. Good for you. He says we beat them all. Started talking about somebody named Stallion at the end. I didn't catch it.
We do it our way.
Kurt Stallion.
Kurt Stallion. There you go. Thank you, Brian.
You got it.
You're always good for that.
Yep.
And then nothing wrong with the promo. And then on the other side, Darby, black and white. He's burning cars. These are both kind of lackluster to me, man. I don't mind what Phantasma was saying and doing, but it just felt really weird.
Hey, can we get like anytime he does his little black and white?
Oh my God, I thought he took his shirt off for a second.
Yeah, anytime he does a little. Oh yeah, no, he doesn't. No, anytime he does his little black and white packages, vignettes, whatever you want to call them.
Sure.
I forgot my point.
Can we do? I don't know. You said something black and white.
Rob's been drinking since before I got here.
I have.
Which was
I had 4 beers
7:30
also.
Eastern.
I just
3 hours ago.
What is he doing? Who is?
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's like an episode of Jackass. It feels like.
I mean, Darby Allin. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of the skate or die fucking videos?
And it feels even weirder being a champion at the end. Like you got the belt.
Man,
Like,
I feel like he's gonna roll up on a skateboard and be like, "I want my $2, $2." Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Stike says this one's a wash. I mean, they're both kind of bad. I don't want to give either a vote.
No, I don't. I really want to understand why he's doing these fucking Tony Hawk fucking retro videos. I don't get it.
Just get over it.
I don't fucking get it.
All right, Brian, do you want to vote? I'm abstaining.
I'm with you guys. It's kind of a push, but if I had to vote, I'm going to go with NXT. At least they're building their character with how do you say it? Legado de Fantasma?
Yeah, I go NXT.
All right, fine.
I don't know.
2-1.
I don't know what you're doing, Darby. What
Or
are you?
2-0.
What are you supposed to be?
He's
What are you
burning
trying to
cars,
tell us?
man. He's
Yeah.
burning cars.
I burn stuff and I skateboard.
Anyone watch me burn this?
No, I don't get it.
All right. Well, I think
Skate
AEW
or
might get on the
die.
scoreboard here. We have a round. Oh, sorry. Got to get my new sound effects. Round number 3. Kushida versus Thatcher. Ciampa sitting in a chair ringside. Kushida wins. There, I covered it.
KISSING.
On the other side, I thought this was going to be a slam dunk for NXT because we have Powerhouse Hobbs. Yes, that's his new name. Fighting, I don't know.
Lee Johnson.
Sure. And after the match, Taz comes out. He's got the FTW belt. What are you laughing at?
Will Wagner says Darby is a less interesting Beavis.
Oh.
Shut up, dude.
This is what I thought was interesting. You know, Hobbs squash Johnson. Giggity. But here's what I thought was funny. Taz comes out and he's upset that nobody's recognizing the belt that he just brought with him. I mean, Ryan's shaking his head, but I mean, let's be honest. Most people don't know what the FTW belt is. They already have 2 belts at the top. We're supposed to have a third. Of course, they're not sanctioning it. This is like me showing up with a paper.
You don't want to know why?
Lid to fucking yogurt and saying I want a silver medal because it's silver.
Because no one watches the old ECW. You can't see it because the Patriot in the background is fucking up.
No, we see it. We see it.
Anyway, so before Brian pointlessly tries to defend that,
the podcast people are like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? What is this?
So what I thought was great here is a couple things. Number one, they cut Taz's mic. He keeps grabbing more mics, and Cody comes out. What's different here, Rob? This wasn't Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. This was Cody Rhodes, the EVP.
Indeed it was.
Definitely.
And I thought it got real from there on a different level. And we mentioned, characters and whatever, and trying to create a Stone Cold whatever versus your boss. This got a little personal at the end, of course, with the dropping of his son's name and his son leaving with him. But Brian, I gotta say, I marked the fuck out when Taz put a Taz mission on Cody.
I did. It's nice seeing Taz get physical again, right? I mean, who doesn't like a Taz mission? Yeah. The one thing I didn't like so much is like Will Hobbs adopting a little bit more like Taz-isms, such as like him wearing the orange and black,
and him doing the Elvis lip all night.
Yeah, the Elvis lip.
Yeah, that's
Will
true.
Hobbs tonight looked like a like when they were designing Mike Tyson's Punch Out, like one of the characters they decided not to use.
Like he was left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
He's a DLC
like,
before
I like what
DLC.
I saw tonight, but I would like
He's
to see
gonna go
him
right
maybe...
before Piston Honda.
Oh, maybe, or like after Glass Joe.
Yeah, right.
Glass Joe, right. I like to see him just do something a little bit more that like makes him stick out versus just kind of rekindling stuff of Taz's past. That makes sense.
I think it's the first time he's gotten on the mic that I enjoyed the segment.
Yes, that is true. I liked it because I also saw, and the announcers made a point of kept saying it, that Tony is the one telling the producer to cut his mic,
Yeah.
And then we have Cody coming out here. This could be the building of something, somewhat fun, maybe not as revolutionary as Eric wants, but
If you want to build it, you have to remove one factor from it.
Cody,
What?
Cody.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, but here's the thing, Rob. Cody tonight coming out as an EVP didn't bother me. It's
didn't-
like when Hunter comes out and we all know he's a COO and he says, "I'm going to swing my big dick around and call the shots."
But Hunter can,
this was Cody saying that.
But Hunter can sell emotion. Cody can't.
That's not true.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
That's
I know you-
impossible.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Game over, man. Game over.
I think it's a slam dunk. I'm going with AEW here. Brian and Rob disagree.
What was it? What was on the NXT side again? Remind me?
Kushida and Thatcher, Rob's
Oh,
favorite.
Yeah,
Thatcher.
No. I mean, I liked Will Hobbs getting the spotlight, but I already made my case about my gripes with him right now. But I'm still going to give the vote to AEW.
Also, Ciampa and Thatcher's never going to see a takeover.
Who cares?
I think that could.
Who
No.
I
cares?
absolutely think that
Why
could.
does Ciampa want to fight Thatcher? Why does anyone want to fight that? He doesn't win. He doesn't win. Why?
He's a technical genius.
He said it's
Thatch as Thatch can, Robert.
dude,
All right.
dude,
2-1
dude.
NXT. Let's move on
dude,
to round number 4.
dude.
You done with the dudes?
Dude.
Sweet.
KO show on one side, and we got contract signing on the other. Where do you want to start, Rob? I always give Brian the honors. Fuck him. He's not here.
Yeah,
I'm going to start with the KO show. And not necessarily because of the content between the talent,
Which was kind of predictable.
which was kind of predictable, but they did a good job and they continued to tell that story and it's continued to be entertaining. I got to comment on KO as in general tonight. KO was so lackadaisical and it was just comedically genius. It really was. His like, oh look, usually we get like a Teddy Long. No. Oh yeah, there we go. And this shit he was saying on commentary, just kind of like, oh, that's not nice. It's just very funny.
And he's like, oh, you say his name, it's going to come out. Like
Which-
Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
Right, which tells you that these announcers, they don't always have to be so hype and full of testosterone. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's all you need. It was great to see it tonight. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just gonna say, do you think it kind of like belittled the product though? Like I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was funny what he was saying, but like some of the stuff that was serious or whatever, and then having KO making jokes and like just kind of cracking wise
That's what
while some of the
Lawler
stuff
did
was
for
going on.
fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
Puppies. Yeah, that's true.
I didn't have any problem with this, and I also like how KO said, I think that there was some subtlety here. Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, but him going, anytime NXT invites me, I'm gonna say yes. It made it seem like he's got a future takeover appearance coming.
With the way things work now, you can't rule that out, and I wouldn't be upset necessarily if it did happen.
I would love him down there because
He's been wanting to go back to NXT for a while. I
he's
think
been
he pitched
fucking
it.
wasted.
Yeah.
I've been bitching about that on Mondays back in our old format.
So, and the Regal fucking playa was great.
Yeah.
That was absolutely great. So this segment overall, again, continued the storyline of the feud. The talent looked really great in it. KO marshaled it in well, and the way that KO played with Johnny was fucking awesome. And then Regal fucking cherry on top.
Even the stupid chair thing, he's like, "Oh, I'm not giving you a second chair. I think we'll need it." You know, like stupid shit.
Yeah.
great setting. Yeah.
All right. On the other side, we have the contract signing. So we find out earlier in the night, Kenny's talking to Marvez, best in the world. Before we go into this, I feel like all this best in the world shit is bait. I think they're
How so?
trying to bait. You know who they're trying to bait, Brian?
No.
Come on,
Not
Brian.
Punk.
What do
CM
you
Punk,
see?
really? Really?
It's never gonna happen, Adam.
No.
Never gonna happen.
This is just another. You
That's
might as
why
well
I
put
said
Rob's
it's bait.
They're baiting
tinfoil
him?
hat on.
No, that's not beneath them. They could very well could be baiting him, Brian. Whether he responds or there's something set up, that's I'm with you. That's not going to happen.
He might respond on Twitter.
Right, but them just baiting him, not now baiting. That's great. Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So anyway, we signed the contract. He made a comment at the end here that I think is a result of his getting his ass kicked right off the bat. But he said, "My dad can kick your dad or kick the shit out of your dad."
I loved it. I popped for that for sure.
You did pop for it.
I did. It's such a ridiculous and like that's such a fucking heel. That's a heel thing to say. My dad could beat up your dad. Like that's such a fucking stupid thing to say.
It's such an MJF thing to say. It feels
Yeah.
like.
I love the part where he called him out about, wrestle me in the middle of the ring, make me submit. Don't bring thumbtacks. Don't bring all your fucking gimmicky shit.
He's like, you beat me last year with that.
Yeah.
Now it's the new year.
I personally love that because I think one of the failures of Moxley as a champion has been that he hasn't been the wrestling champion. He's been
But
a
that's not
hardcore
his
champion.
thing.
What? Wrestling?
Yeah.
No, I'm
It
aware.
kind of is though.
No, really? Is it?
Like brawling.
Is
Yeah,
it-
he's got a brawling style.
CZW. Yeah,
Is it?
he was all about the wrestling.
Yeah, is he? Is he really? Do you really get excited about a John Moxley match if it's just wrestling? Do you?
Well, I mean, what do you think he does in New Japan? He doesn't do death matches in New Japan.
In New Japan, he carries a name. He's a myth. He comes
What?
over as a
No,
special.
it's not. What do you mean? What do you think he does when he has to wrestle then?
Don't die on that hill, Rob.
No,
You're going nowhere with it.
No, I'm saying he carries a name. They're like, oh, John Moxley, Dean Ambrose is going to be here in Tokyo. We've never seen him. This is fresh. This is new. He's a big name in the United States.
Dean Ambrose. No,
Wow.
bro.
No,
Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying there's nothing special. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Outside of the tax and the hardcore matches, nothing special.
So
His promos are like.
So Rob's little cherry on top here, Brian. I don't know if you agree with him, but
No, I don't.
at the end, after he kicks Kenny's ass, he has too many last words or last lines or periods, and then keeps going.
Cashmere says they left the door open for a reveal. Moxley did say that Kenny hired someone to take him out. Who do y'all think it is?
Rikishi.
Yeah?
Marty Scurll is what Will Wagner says.
Oh gosh,
The
I don't know,
villain.
man. He's kind of he's got a
Well,
weird cloud
Cult
over
of
him.
So here's what I
personality.
think. If you want to build off Cashmere's thought, I think that when Mox loses the title, whoever it is who he fights next. Oh wow, shocking. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's vote. Contract signing on one side, and we've got the KO show on the other. Brian, you go first.
Oh boy, this one was tough, but I'm gonna give the nod to AEW.
Of course you are.
I'm a
You
sucker for
listening,
contract
Phil?
signings.
He always goes with
Fucking
AEW.
Phil.
No, hey, what are you talking about? I'm pretty sure I voted NXT like every segment so far.
No, can't check the tape. Sorry.
Oh,
That's in the
fucking
past.
Phil, check the tape. What's up, fucking Phil?
Yeah. I'm gonna. This is a tough one. Brian's right. It's a tough one. These are two similarly
why I put 'em
good
head to head.
segments. Yeah, I know. Good job. I am gonna give it to NXT by an edge. I just thought it was a fun segment, but I agree that AEW segment was they were really telling. I hate to say it, cliche, telling the story, but they were building the character of Kenny Moore. And they added some intrigue to it. I mean, take Dean Ambrose out of it, it's a perfect segment, So
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. For me, KO, his just the way he presented himself tonight was
don't
kind of
say
put it
that.
over a little bit. So I'm going to go with NXT 3-1. They take the lead, and that means we go on to the next round.
You know what KO reminded me of though, right?
What?
KO said that every time you say somebody's name, 3, 2, 1, they come out, right? And it's kind of like here on this show when we say, red velvet.
Red Velvet's not coming out, Rob. Get a room.
She's on Dark.
Round number 5. Grimes against somebody. I didn't catch the name. Brian, did you get it?
Jake Atlas.
It was Jake Atlas. Okay.
Yeah.
It was such a quick match. And then on the other side, we got SCU with Jericho and Hager as their opponents. I'm going to start with the Grimes part. Loomis appears after a squash. We got a little exchange with Regal at the end.
Why do you hate me, Mr. Regal?
Yeah. Why do you hate me? That was fun.
Why can't I quit you? Oh, no, wrong thing, sorry.
The Run Cameron Run was fun.
Complete me.
So yeah, they're gonna have that at War Games. I guess it's been a fun feud. Like Rob has said, NXT does a good job of making you at least interested. Cameron Grimes was annoying as fuck in the begetting. Now I'm kind of come around. I'm enjoying this. He's carrying a feud with a dude that doesn't speak. I mean, let's just throw that out there.
That's a good point. Yeah.
SCU taking on Hager and Jericho. Hager pinned Daniels in the end. No shocker there. Looked like MJF got a little ring shot in.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio. I have a problem with this, and I don't. Just tell me I need to go away. But Scorpio Sky comes running to the ring with a chair, and Jake Hager, Wardlow, Ortiz, Santana, Guevara, Jericho, and MJF all run off.
Yeah.
With one guy in a chair.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they're all narcissists. They're the bad guys. They're looking out for their own skin. And a guy coming in the chair, I don't want to be the one to get hit, so I'm leaving. The heroes will stand there and get ready to face this person coming down. But no, the heels, no,
right.
Fuck, I'm saving my own ass. I'm out.
I do think one of the big things to point out, though, is that the whole inner circle came to MJF's aid when he got hit by Kazarian.
Oh, they're
at the end.
They're BFFs right now, man.
So now that shows that exactly. They're all on the same page.
They're getting there. They got to build it before they can knock it down.
Sure.
So real quickly, let's vote. Rob, why don't you go first?
AEW.
Brian.
Yeah, AEW. Yeah, I mean, it was too quick on the other side. Plus, Daniels and Jericho. That's so those guys are fucking. They've never had a match before, ever. This was the first time, so that's
ever.
Yeah, I'm going the same way. 3-2, NXT still leading. Round 6. This one felt weird on the NXT side, so I'm going to start with the AEW side. Very, very scripted camera work here. Miro and Kip doing a new video game show debut. OC comes in, lures them outside. Best friends attack. This is all just to promote a battle royal next week. Brian, this felt weird, and it ends with Miro just shaking the cameraman, and he falls on the ground.
Yeah, it definitely felt a little forced, and I got to be honest,
Forced
I'm not.
is a good word.
Yeah, I haven't been a big fan of Miro and the whole video game thing. I'm hoping that he kind of evolves past that sooner rather than later. It was quick. It was it wasn't dragged out like me talking about it right now. So
yeah, the commercial on TNT even shows him playing a video game for his part in it. Just FYI. Rob, what's your take here
on AEW?
Yeah,
it was horrible. It was a horrible segment. It didn't seem real.
Wow, bro.
No, I'm sorry. It didn't seem real. It didn't seem violent. It didn't seem emotionally charged. It seemed like some really bad, stunt play in the backyard. It's not good.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know you were going to go that far. On the other side,
not good.
We have what felt like a crazy kidnapping deportation angle at first. With Xia Li and the other guy.
Master puppet.
And they made her look like the girl from The Boys, so I barely recognized her. But, yeah, there's a master there, and the marked arms because they keep losing. They promise to win.
There's a female.
Rob says it's a female.
Yeah, well,
looked like Undertaker, but female version at the end.
Yeah.
This one's just weird. I'm going to give it to NXT, though, because I don't like what they're doing with the other side. Rob? Stop yawning. This is a good show.
Sorry, fucking right there. My bad. You came to me in the middle of my yawn. That's on you. No, look, AEW is horrible. Nothing could lose to AEW in this segment. NXT gets it. I think the Xia Li thing it's different, it's innovative, and yeah, you know what? Their Uncle Eric, they have been doing innovative stuff. All the fucking
He said revolutionary.
Revolutionary. All the matches, the fucking produced matches they've been doing.
Oh,
No, we've liked a lot of them. There's been a lot of them we like, but on both sides, AEW and NXT and NXT and WWF. They have done They have done cinematics, and there's some we didn't like, and there's some that we all said, man, that was really great.
Cinematics is new. He's right about that.
That is a fucking new thing. So the
Not
Xia Li's
new.
It's a new thing, Brian. It's absolutely a new thing.
Matt Hardy.
What about
did
the
it before
boiler
COVID.
room match? Mankind and who
That
was
That was a camera following two guys fighting in a basement.
They didn't. Yeah, I mean,
pretty sure they shot it.
It was
yeah, they shot it
produced.
early, but Brian, it wasn't heavily edited and overproduced.
Yeah, it wasn't cinematic.
No, all right, fine.
You know,
I won't die on this hill.
So Will Wagner on the board says both segments acting was terrible. It was like high school acting. Price says Miro in a remake of Burger Time. If he doesn't win and serve all the customers in time, his 8-bit wife goes through a table. That's funny. Brian, did you vote on this?
I did not. You know what? I'm with Rob. I'm going to go with NXT just because the whole Xia Li thing, and it was Boa. That was who the other.
Can I?
All right, 4-2 NXT leading. What do you want, Rob?
I want to give something to Daniel Price.
Roderick Strong, I approve this method.
Oh, it was like a half.
This is Roderick Strong, I approve this method.
Sorry about that.
There you go. You got a Roddy and a half. Nice.
Yeah.
Round 7. Here we go, guys. This is a tough one.
Oh, boy.
We have Top Flight versus Hybrid 2 and Everrise versus I didn't even write it down. Any of you guys want to talk about this?
It was the Grizzled Young Vets. That's
yeah.
who came back. They're from NXT UK,
Yeah.
if you remember.
I forgot about that.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah, and the Bucks came out.
How'd you feel about that?
Save Top Flight, and FTR cut a promo that said we're still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same old loser contender promo.
Every time the Bucks come out, it's like
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up.
I'm just.
What about the tag team match? You guys haven't even said anything about the match itself.
It's fine. It's good.
It's fine.
We
They're
don't
both fine.
we don't cover. You know, you want to go through.
That's
But
for
those
the
are
All
two
Elite
relatively
Hour.
new tag teams to
That's
y'all.
for the All Elite Hour.
Yeah, they were two
We don't
relatively
even
new.
cover a show on Monday in our new
They
format.
were two relatively new tag teams that got some time. I would rather see a veteran tag team to help, in the ring with the new tag team. Don't give me two people that I don't know anything about. Because then I won't care. Like I don't.
Jack Evans has been wrestling for like 15 plus years, but
Yeah. So it's
never mind.
everybody on AEW. It's like, hey, you've
Yeah.
been around for more than a decade. We'll reward you.
Hey,
Come
what
here.
should I say in my promo? You should say you've been around for 15 years. Okay, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I still haven't gotten the respect that I deserve.
You have to say without a shadow of a doubt. too.
Will
Without
Wagner,
a shadow of a doubt.
Will Wagner's got me here. He goes, my favorite thing about Hybrid 2 is that they try to be a joke, but the way in which they're funny is unintentional humor.
Just the bad boy Joey Janela.
Whoa.
And I couldn't agree
Could you
more.
imagine
Yeah,
going
why
back?
are my sound effects so much lower? You hate me?
Because your bell's loud. Could you imagine if if an NBA player was like doing a post game interview and they're like, I've been playing basketball for 23 years now. I mean, fucking really, who fucking cares how long you've been in the ring? I don't care. Do it now. Do it. Give me now.
Now.
MJF does it, and you love MJF.
Now. Do it now.
Yeah. I want it now.
Now.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Do it now. Round number 7.
Now.
Everrise versus Young Grizzled Dickheads.
Wow, no
I'm
respect.
sorry. Somebody just end this segment and vote. I don't care which
Robert?
one of you goes.
God, I don't even remember. I abstain?
Stike says Hybrid versus Top Flight was better than Bucks versus Flight. Okay, Brian, you are the only vote here that matters. Pick a winner.
Fine, I'm going to AEW.
All right,
Top
4-3.
Flight they got a match on fucking Dynamite against TH2. Hell yeah.
All right, we are at 4-3 NXT lead, and guess where we're at? Round number 8, the main event. A ladder match for the War Games advantage on the NXT side. and Butcher and Blade versus Pac and Phoenix on the other side. Let's just start there. Butcher and Blade, good showing. They beat Pac and Phoenix. After the match,
Butcher fell asleep.
They won with the helps. Of Kingston at the end.
Sure.
They're beating everybody up. Penta comes out. He doesn't do anything to save. But the big crescendo on the night is that Jake and Archer are hunting Kingston. Brian, did I miss something here? What is the significance or give a fuck or care, and why are we going off the air with this? With the lasting thing being Archer wants Kingston. Aren't they both heels too?
Yeah, they are. They are, but hey, I mean, this isn't the first time that they've done a heel versus heel type of thing in AEW, so
but
I don't know.
But what reason is this? You have a death triangle, family feud brewing going, whatever, and then here's Lance Archer. I want Kingston.
How many movies have you gone to where you saw a supervillain and his nemesis in the movie was the other supervillain?
Freddy versus Jason. Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, Lex Luthor is attacking Superman, and Superman just leaves to go to the Fortress of Solitude while Lex and Brainiac battle it out.
Right. No. Go ahead, Adam. Do your show.
I don't know what to say here. So I'm going to go to the NXT side. Wow. Is all I got to say here, Rob. This is a ladder match. You and I were talking about this before we came on air. They did a very good job of telling a different story than a normal ladder match. Yes, it had those spots, but it had a lot of wrestling and stuff. It had that Pete Dunne type of vibe to it in terms of the telling of a story.
First, Pete Dunne is fucking ripped to all fucking hell. Good for him, right?
Yeah.
Good for fucking him. Look, and I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that this is going to be a good match. And the ladder, to use the Money in the Bank gimmick for this, I thought is awesome. And I think they should make this a tradition for this particular consequence, right, for the War Games. The shit they came up with, like when he reached up for the briefcase and Pete grabbed his fingers and did the joint manipulation, that was great. Putting the ladder on his hand while he starts climbing up it, that was great. Using the ladder as a leverage for submission holds, that was great. The bumps, obviously, those are always going to be great to see. I just think this is one of the better ladder matches, if not just matches, that I have seen in a while. And there's a lot of good matches out there. So bravo on this one. The talent was great. The consequence was great. I could watch that match. I could probably watch that match 3 more times. It was that good. So,
Brian, you've got the other members of Undisputed up in a scissor lift. You've got your boys Birch and Lorcan in another scissor lift.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Make-A-Fuck is not in the building tonight, but that was very obviously him, right?
That's why I don't think it was him, because also I need to say the whole match was great. But that itself, the finish, I think kind of ruined it slightly, soured it just a little bit, just because it's like, they just did a mystery gimmick with what's her name, the girl that did it with Candice. So I feel like they're going back to it again.
But there's questions though, right? There's questions like, is it Pat McAfee? Because
it looked like it was McAfee.
I don't think it was McAfee. I think it was Finn, because O'Reilly
he wasn't moving like that.
O'Reilly fucked up Finn. And then on the way back to Gorilla, they turn around and did some kind of motion that looks like Finn's little guns down.
Mm.
And it was too
remember
small.
When he did the running?
It was too small for fucking McAfee.
Cashmere says that nasty fall when Dunn pushed the ladder from under Kyle. Rob, full kayfabe, rewound that. We had to watch that a couple times. He was like, "You got to watch this," because I was looking away.
That wasn't Dunn. That was when the masked person dumped him, right?
No.
When he like swung around the ladder when he pushed him off.
It looked like Kyle's arm got stuck in it, and the way he came down on the ladder was just fucked.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Daniel Price says, plot twist, it's Balor. He's agreeing with you.
No, absolutely, it's Balor.
Yeah, it's too obvious to be Pat McAfee.
I don't know.
That would be silly.
Know.
Or Rikishi. It didn't look like Rikishi, but it could be.
Definitely not Rikishi.
I don't know.
Maybe Evil Uno.
Yeah.
It'll probably be somebody completely random. So here we are. I believe that we're going to be voting here for the winner. It's a 4-3 score here. But I feel like this is going to decide it here. And I'm going to just, because mine is short and sweet to get it started, I'm going to give my vote to NXT, and I'm going to say NXT won the night. They did a lot to build toward War Games. The only build, I mean, there's stories brewing on the AEW side, but the only one that seems to be kind of going someplace is Kenny and Mox on an actual pace. Everything else is just, it's there right now. You know what I'm saying? There's no horizon. There's no, and I know that NXT gets more pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there, get my vote, Brian.
I'm with you, actually. I think I'm gonna have to give the nod to NXT.
Hear that,
Although
Phil?
it wasn't a bad episode of Dynamite, I just think they didn't really do anything that was too crazy. They didn't do anything that was bad either. But I feel like you said, like NXT,
Lies.
they really pushed their stories and the build towards what's it called?
War Games.
War Games. Thank you.
That's a lie, Brian. What you just did was pass false information on the internet, which makes you an
What did I
enemy of
do?
the people. You said there was nothing really bad on AEW tonight. No, there was.
No.
The Miro segment was bad. It was just absolutely bad. Nothing good about that segment. I hate you for saying it wasn't. Okay, I love you. Is it my vote now?
Yeah, everybody on the board is going to NXT, but it's your turn too.
Yeah, no, I think NXT absolutely. NXT 100%. Well booked night. Great build in adding drama and suspense to your build of War Games and making it. War Games should feel like they're going to war. It should feel like it's a personal vendetta, right? And
Tony made it more personal.
They are creating such a good vibe for that feeling. I love it. Yeah, NXT wins tonight, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah. AEW had a couple segments. They got 3 points, but I think that was pretty lucky. Before we sign off, board and everybody in the studio,
Yeah.
Brian, I guess you count.
So let's
Marked
just
Out
count.
Moments and Pettytown Awards are coming up for both shows. I want to remind everybody we're 2 episodes in to our new format on Monday. It's a very good discussion. We kind of go outside of just wrestling, but keep it wrestling as well. We're not really covering Raw. It is a backdrop. We do mention it and still kind of cover it, of course. But, you know, I want to make sure you guys come and check it out if you haven't in a while and just been listening on Wednesdays because Raw sucked. We'll come back because we make it fun on Mondays.
Yeah.
So we'll have some fun with you.
Yeah.
And it's not we don't go for 3 hours.
No.
And we don't do a shit ton of recap either.
And look, what we would like on Mondays is we already engage with you guys on the board, and that's fantastic. We love all the thousands of people on our board. But I'd like to get some of the listeners out there in podcast land. You can DM us at SmartMark Show or one of our personal DMs. I don't give a shit. You can email us, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. We would like for you guys to, reach out, get engaged into the conversation on Monday nights. And again, it's a crapshoot. Whatever comes up, man.
Yeah, I mean, this last time we ended up talking about the Attitude Era and Taker because it was on the heels of Survivor Series.
Right.
And then real quickly, I want to plug our other sponsor because Black Friday is Friday, and it's a great time to be a Cyber Black Friday so that you don't have to wait for Cyber Monday and you don't have to go around the crowds, risk yourself. Brian has got the promo code updated, I believe. Brian, we're going to go 20%. Is that what we're going to?
I don't know. What should we do? 20, 25? What are we doing? 20, 25?
Whatever
know.
doesn't
Let's
make us
a
pay
deal.
out of pocket.
Yeah, right. All right. Let's say-
20%.
yeah, there you go. Yeah,
20% off
All
on
right.
Black Friday.
You're
Use
not
the
gonna need
promo
a code,
code.
though, also, by the way.
Marked out. Make sure you get on there. Help us out. Support us. We're giving you a discount. We're not going to make very
Do you
much
ask
money on it.
Brian if he did this stuff before you promoted it?
No, we've told him plenty of times. Now I'm putting him on the spot.
So it starts on Black Friday. So
on
yeah.
Friday. It's Black Friday. Don't buy anything now. Wait till Black Friday. All right, let's get to the awards.
No, by now.
Marked out moments for me. The Taz mission on the AEW side. I haven't seen that in forever. Good job, Taz. Like to see it, even though you didn't take a bump. Still good. And then on the NXT side, KO. He felt like I don't know if you guys ever watched the Springer show a lot, but whenever Jerry was not there, they would have the security guard Steve Wilkos host. This is before he tried to have his real Dr. Phil type show. But whenever he would host Springer, it felt a lot like the way KO was tonight. So there's my marked outs. Rob, go next.
My marked out for NXT was the fucking the I know this is kind of corny, but the Shotzi commercials for War Games, fucking, I love the tank, and then they got the fucking dun 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 dun, and yeah, fucking in their masses, awesome. So fucking NXT, that, and Shotzi's so hot in that fucking segment. I'm sorry, it's smoking hot. AEW marked out is gonna be that during Vicky Guerrero's promo.
I didn't even bring that up for a reason.
I know, that's why I'm bringing it up. But during her promo, she actually mentioned Red Velvet.
Dude, Brian, how bad is it that Nyla Rose just now stands behind Vicky?
So what?
So what?
Why is that bad?
Yeah, you're being petty.
Yeah, that's petty.
All right, Brian, marked outs, and then I'll go to the board. Then we'll get to the petty towns and get out of here.
Marked out for AEW was during Moxley's promo. He actually quoted a Mr. Omar Little from a little television show called The Wire. He said, if you come at the king, you best not miss. So I thought that was, I don't know, I marked out a little bit when he said that. Guess he watches The Wire with Renee. That's cool. And then on the NXT side, God. You know what? I'm going to give it to, who's the guy that, who fucking...
You can't say who's the guy and give him the top award of the night.
It's not the top award. The petty award is the top award for me. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give it to Ember Moon. I like seeing her back in NXT. She's finally getting a push. I know she was
lost
hurt
and
for a
got her
while.
ass kicked all over the place.
Yeah, your
okay,
opinion just went from suck to blow.
Ninja,
Yeah,
please.
well, that's okay. That's just your... No.
Yeah, you suck, Brian. Marked outs on the board. Let's get to them. Marked out John Silver. That's for Will Wagner. For AEW and his NXT is Storm turning the other cheek. DP says Tony flipping over to the dark side. And Will Wagner says, that's Petty's. Stike marked out. Taz asking Cody, is he going to future Endeavor Me? And for NXT, Tony Storm heel turn. It was a plot twist that wasn't predictable.
Will Wagner, William Regal saying, playa.
Yeah, that was fun. You thought he was going to say holla, holla, but
Holla, holla, holla.
playa worked better there.
Yeah.
Player.
All right, so Pettytown, last stop.
Actually, it would have been better if he would have gone holla, holla, holla.
That's like Chappelle's show.
Last stop on Pettytown for me is Indy Hartwell. Got her little push taken away. She's not going to be in War Games. Sorry. And on the other side, AEW. My Pettytown, I didn't even bring it up. Brian didn't even try to stop me from not bringing it up.
What?
But there was a women's title match tonight. And Anna Jay, the number 5 ranked contender. Good spot.
You're still on this?
Mm-hmm.
You're still angry about it?
Because it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. Brian, Pettytown.
It's math. Science.
Science, Brian. You wouldn't get it.
Pettytown for
science.
NXT was that finish. I mentioned it before, but that finish in the main event. What the fuck? Trying to do something new. We just fucking saw that. Boring.
All right, and what's your Pettytown, the other show?
AEW, it's really hard. They really don't do anything too terrible. Usually everything's pretty on point. So, you put the clock on. Now I'm just gonna take even longer. And you know what? I don't even have a good point. I don't even have anything to say. Because
you weren't gonna have that
there you
anyway.
go.
You weren't gonna have that anyway.
Yeah,
No.
you get a coin for admitting you wouldn't have had a good point.
That's the honesty coin.
No. That's not what I was admitting. I was
Check
admitting
the
that
tape.
they didn't have
Brian,
they didn't do anything
you get
wrong.
this. You get this.
This is the butcher, and I'm a little blown up, but you did okay. All right. Bye.
That man booty doll.
All right, so Rob.
Yeah.
Last stop, Pettytown. Then I'll do the board and we'll close it down.
So Pettytown for AEW is
Everything.
Kingston needs more people. right?
What?
No. Kingston needs more people because he's got this faction, this family, the brotherhood, whatever. We're brothers, whatever. But he lost 2 of his 5, so now he's down to just being a manager for a tag team. So if that's what he's going to be, that's cool. But if he's going to be a talent and be the mouthpiece of a faction, then he needs more people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he's not. He apparently, remember Archer when he won the Battle Royal to fight Cody? That's what his beef is with Kingston.
Remember that time?
He's wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
So petty.
Petty town for NXT is Thatcher. Always just Thatcher. Master Thatcher. Yeah. Nah, it's
He's an angry elf.
You have been found wanting. Look, I do want to echo, or I want to read one here. Perfect 11. That I actually thought about this during NXT tonight, specifically when Rhea Ripley was giving her promo. He says, I can look past the piped-in audio for the most part, but it drives me crazy when they pipe in chants. This is awesome. Just keep it at ambient noise. Me, more specifically, is when Rhea was talking, it sounded like an arena crowd.
Yeah.
It sounded like an arena crowd. If you're going to pipe the audio in, let's try to make it a little bit more realistic, at least.
All right, Will Wagner's Petty Town's on the board. Guy from Everwise looks like young, chubby Matt Jackson, and I hate his face a little bit. And then on AEW, this is a good one. On AEW, he's writes for his Petty, the Butcher and Blade being on my TV after 9:30. Ouch.
They're drunk.
Ouch.
Oh, he's straight edge, bro.
Yeah, he got another chip tonight.
So high.
Potato chip. Stike Leather, Petty Town, NXT Thatcher versus Ciampa for AEW. No Britt Baker. Yeah, that's petty.
Yeah,
and if you knock on Butcher's refrigerator, a 12-pack of Bud Light would answer. That's from Cashmere.
No, he's a Budweiser guy. He's
not true at all.
Definitely a Budweiser guy. Might be
not
Colt,
true at all.
Might be Colt 45.
You guys are offending me.
Well.
Eddie Kingston sounds like Brian Fellows from Brian Fellows Safari Planet. That's from Brian.
Do you know what that is? Do you get it?
Yes, I got it,
Next
Brian.
time you make sure he does what you say he do.
This is the Butcher, and I'm a little blown up, but you did okay.
Tune in sometime between now and Monday for the All Elite Hour. They will have a much better analysis of all the matches and shot for shot that happened tonight. We're talking about stories and the entertainment value more, but that's what's great about the Marked Out Wrestling podcast. We can do that tonight. We can have a just conversation on Monday that grows from there. And then Brian has the full technical details. We got it all.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
So
wow. Thanks, fuckface.
We should do something tonight.
Yeah.
We should do. You were probably just going to end the show and probably even forget to mention it.
No.
But we should do something. We should go around real quick and tell everyone what we're thankful for in this hellscape of a year.
Bang bang.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
I meant to hit that one. All right. Brian, you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go first. First of all, I'm thankful to still be doing this podcast. I know we just passed 600 episodes, but I'm thankful to still be doing this with you guys and for everyone on the board as well. I'm also thankful for my family's health. Everyone's good right now, and for mine as well. So this year has been shitty, but there have been some positives in it. So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
You're welcome.
There you go. When you're thankful, you get a you're welcome. Rob, do you want to close it down and let me go first, or you vice versa? I don't care.
No, I'll let you finish it out. It's your show.
Go.
It's your show. I am thankful for. I'm going to echo a lot of your points, Brian. I'm thankful for the health of my family and for my friends here on the podcast with me. I'm thankful for the health of all those on our board. I am thankful for that, and I'm thankful that we have, as you said, 600 episodes in the tank now. I'm thankful that we had a really cool video on episode 601. That was great. I'm thankful for Vanderbeeks and Noah. Oh fucking that
Noah.
That fucker Noah. And I'm thankful there's a vaccine coming, and I'm thankful that Trump's fucking going out of office, and I'm thankful that by late 2021 maybe life will be normal again.
All right. So for me, this is kind of a weird year. My children are growing. I've gotten to be home a little bit more to spend that with them. That's kind of cool, despite all the other stuff. So I'm thankful that my family stayed healthy through this and that I've gotten a little more time at home as a result, trying to find some silver linings, I guess. The other thing is I've worked outside of this for a long time and finally got one of my dream positions there. At a program I love there. I'm not going to delve into it too much, but just little things like that go a long way. I am thankful I got to see my parents when things first started getting better. I'm hoping I'll see them when they continue, but we'll go from there. And I'm thankful that at least one of my friends is in the studio each week to do a podcast with me and hang out. He's been my lifeline to the real world because outside of that, I really don't hang out with anyone. And I used to have a wolf pack, but now, like Eddie Kingston, it's dwindling. And I've just got Rob and Kiera now, so I'm thankful for them.
Oh my God!
What's wrong, Brian?
Hey, nothing. No, hey. I mean,
there's nothing directed at.
Was that directed towards me? I'm assuming.
No. Why would you think that?
Why would you think that?
No, I was just thankful. I was trying to acknowledge, Rob. I was being thankful here.
I'm thankful Steve didn't catch the vid.
Yeah, well, that none of you did.
Yeah.
So don't
that we know of.
No, I tested negative.
Anyway, everybody be safe. Wear your masks. Tune in on Monday. Check us back out. Have a safe and happy holiday between now and then. Be thankful for all that you have, and try to look past all that the craziness. Rob and I are going to try and do that over the next few days and just focus on the good stuff, and have some positivity going on in our lives despite some of the craziness.
Yeah, and hey, do it tomorrow. If you got some leftover food, fucking hundreds of people thousands across this country are lining up at fucking food banks. If you got some food, man, go. There's a tent city down the road here. People are living in their tents because they all get evicted. Take them some food. If you got one of those, take them some fucking food. It's Thanksgiving. Do that.
Yeah. Anything you can do is always a plus. And then we'll be back here next week. Until then, tune in next time. Same smart time. Same smart channel.
Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
Catch you on the flip side.
I'll catch you on the ding dong. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast was distributed by the Thanksgiving Foundation.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. It's the only thing.
Broccoli.
And is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.